It is Game 12 of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by Zappos. Live from Constellation Field in Sugar Land, Texas, just outside of Houston. The Party Animals 5-4-1, the Bananas 4-5-1. This is the first leg of a 3-game series. All of these games, pregame will be 6:30 p.m. Central, first pitch 7 p.m. Central. Looks like we're a little ahead of schedule. And don't let that graphic fool you. It is not 4-4-1. The Bananas 4-5-1, Party Animals 5-4-1. So the Animals a game ahead of the Bananas as we go to Game 12. And if you're wondering why a game might be missing there as well, that is because this past Saturday, the Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association played against the Bananas, and that won't factor in to the overall records. Mr. Kyle Lewiggs, the 6-year Banana, out on the bump, and we are blessed to have a mic on him. Cowboy Kyle, how you living back in your home state?
A voice in my ear, so I couldn't be happier.
Oh, that warms the heart to hear, buddy. Now, I know you don't have too many memories here in Texas, as you're a Richmond Hill man as far as high school and growing up and everything, but I would wager you've got a decent amount of family at the ball game tonight, huh?
Everywhere in Texas is 3 hours away from anything, so I got a lot of...
I heard everything in Texas is about 3 hours away, and then you went to the land of darkness.
Sorry, I just so hard I lost my earpiece.
Well, that's okay. You can do that all night long, buddy.
Okay, bring it down.
Kyle, a 4-year collegiate Banana, now in year 2 as a professional. He is leading the tour in innings pitched, 23 1/3 for the Bananas ace, a 3.09 ERA.
Proud of you. That's fire.
2, 3. Showtime.
Bring it.
Now, unfortunately, Kyle, we've got gremlins in the airwaves here at Constellation Field. I can hear you trying to talk to me, but just all over the place. So we'll have our best in the business try and fix that as Breland takes a fastball, I guess, in the zone because of the way he shrunk it. Party Animals left fielder hitting 333, a 390 OBP. And a 2-1 count on the Pride of Honolulu, Hawaii. Tapped foul, Kyle, what are you going to go with on the 2-2 pitch? It's a mystery to me as it is to everybody watching. Goes with the heater, and the count runs full. Remember in Banana Ball, folks, ball 4 means a sprint. We will not have it here. Front door slider gets the inside corner. Breland was off to the races, and Kyle laughing as Vincent twerks it out. That is Breland's 12th strikeout of the tour. That leads all batters. But you saw the rest of the stats. They're fantastic. Now Dalton Cornett, the catcher. And you want to talk about fantastic stats. Those are eye-popping numbers. Shoots that one just barely foul. Cornett and the Party Animals are apoplectic. The tour's leader in doubles, 5 of them already for DC3, was looking at his 6th there. Randy Voss, the third base umpire, is the man who made the call. It was confirmed by Vincent Chapman, the home plate umpire, and now the count 0-2, and DC3 not happy with that call either. That one lifted to center. DR Meadows takes the hat off, backflips, nails it, makes the catch. All three Bananas outfielders rocking cowboy hats here in the first. And a little Old West showdown here between Hosley, Meadows, and Bridges as you take a look at the replay.
No base hit. Oh my God.
When I say nailed it, I mean, he pretty much nailed it. The important part is he made the catch, and he didn't land on his head. DR now 7 for 7 on the tour. Check that, 6 for 6 in his trick plays attempted. Tanner Thomas, the right fielder. Kyle's teammate back in 2018 and 19 on the collegiate Bananas team. Right fielder quickly behind 0-2. And slider is chopped to Dan Oberst at first, the 5-year Banana. Tosses it to the 6-year man. And a 1-2-3 frame for the mic'd up, although we only heard him about 15% of the time, Kyle Lewicks. And the full capacity crowd. Close to 8,000 here in Constellation Park. Getting rowdy for some t-shirts being thrown in their general direction. As Christian Dearman throws one above my head and then gets defeated by the net. Now in Banana Ball, if you win an inning, you get a point. So the Bananas just need one run here in the bottom of the first inning to win the inning. It will immediately be walked off, and that will be that. The fans, as per usual, fired up for a little free merchandise. Check out the outfit on Garrett Delano. He's been the best pitcher on the tour thus far, although he hasn't been out there in skinny jeans yet. The Cowboy equivalent to Kyle on the bump for the Bananas. Averaging just less than a strikeout per inning, and the really eye-popping number there, only 1 ball for a sprint, only 1 hit batter, less than a hit an inning, and those 4 earned runs gives him a 2.16 ERA, which is best on the tour, and translates over to baseball pitching to, I would wager, sub-1. I mean, this is like Mariano Rivera in his prime, only pitching 1 inning every couple nights type stuff that Delano has done early on the tour. 4-year man from the Ivy League at Brown University, finished up at Mercer, just down the road from Savannah in Macon, Georgia. Delano, the Callahan, Florida native, has been called Garrett Delano his entire career in Banana Land, and it just came out last week that the proper pronunciation is Delano, although he couldn't care less. Well, we'll do it right. Eric Jones in the box. Best hitter on the tour thus far for the Bananas, the extra hitter for the Nanners tonight. Leads the team with his .355 batting average as well as his .447 on base percentage. Has to jackknife out of the way of the fastball. Also an OPS north of 1,000. Tops on the Banana squad with that too. Pops that one up right side. Jake Skoll giving it a good look. And he can't make the play, right up against the wall. Always tough when you get up close and personal with the netting. And EJ with another life. Tied for the team lead with his 2 home runs. 1 double to boot, and he's only struck out twice. That's tied for a tour low as far as qualified batters are concerned. That one grounded to Chase Acuff. He's as smooth as they come. And across the diamond for out number 1. Now DR Meadows, the center fielder. Started his Bananas career picking up a Coastal Plate League championship this past summer after his 5th year at Columbus State. That one hit hard up the middle, and that's going to be a base knock. Acuff tried to get a piece of it, ends up serving it into right center. Reese Hampton cleans it up. And DR, although he's only comes in hitting 214, a 290 OBP, it is a very young tour. Still more than 80% of this thing to go. Only game 12 out of 87 that are scheduled across the 33 cities and 20 states that the Bananas will venture to. This is stop number 5 and the first outside of Savannah or Florida. The Doctor taking off on the pitch, line drive base hit for Dan Oberst, and DR scampers back to second. Heads up throw by Reese Hampton. It's an 80 grade outfielder, former 12th round pick of the Detroit Tigers. That was only back in 2018. And even though David was off on the pitch, Dan Oberst came in hitting 314, a 368 on base percentage. Last year's tour leader in average when he hit 440 across the 12 games. Well, he peppered it a little too hard to the party animal center fielder. Now Michael Deeb takes a backdoor curveball for strike 1. Delano will give you a 4-seam, 2-seam fastball, about 90 to 93. He'll touch 95. Changeup and curveball to supplement him. Work a cutter in as well. So the heater might be straight. It might break towards you. It might break away from you, whether you're hitting from the right or left side. Inning-winning run in scoring position with 1 down. 1-1 pitch. Big cut and a miss. Vitamin Deeb, the DH tonight. This is his 3rd tour with the Bananas. In OG, back in on the One City World Tour in 2021. Big 1-2 pitch from Delano. And it's outside, and you can hear me drifting back into the pronunciation of his name that I've done over the past year plus. You'll hear it a whole lot more tonight as well. Here comes the 2-2 from Delano, and the count runs full. Ball 4 will score Meadows from second easily. Instead of walks in banana ball, you get a sprint, so all 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher have to touch the ball before it's live. Runners will stay put. That one chopped to the left side. Acuff gets a tough hop. It goes into center. DR getting the wave around. Throw from Hampton, not in time. Bananas walk off the first inning. Vitamin Deeb, his 3rd walk-off of the tour. Manners up 1-zip. DJ the Invader with an otherworldly celebration across the third base dugout. We'll throw it down to the field where Jesse Cole is ready for the world's slowest race.
As the Bananas take a 1-point lead, it is now time to keep the energy going with the world's slowest race. We have 5 toddlers here: Riley, Clay, Dutton, Mia, and Giovanni. And they have to get to their parents who are going to be in the finish line. On your marks, get set, go! And we're off to a blistering pace. Riley is picking grass. Clay is sitting. Oh, Mia's just happy. Giovanni wants to come. Mia's still clapping. The line is getting closer. This is why they call this the world's slowest race. Here comes Giovanni. Mia's encouraging him. And Dutton is reaching for the finish line. We have 20 seconds left. Dutton is making his stride now. Mia is still clapping. And Giovanni is chilling. Here comes Dutton. Here comes Dutton. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are almost at a tie to Giovanni and Dutton. Let's hear it for our Toddlers. The Sportsmanship Award definitely goes to Mia. Great encouragement.
It's a good call, Jesse. I love the pictures of the Toddlers as they are panicked in the middle of what is a circus. At the center of that, a banana ball game. Understandable that the full capacity crowd gave them the heebie-jeebies a bit. Nanners up 1-0. We'll see if we still have a mic on Kyle Lewis, although it didn't work awful well the first time around. And no, that's a swing and a miss. Understandable that he took it off as Bill sets up behind Reese Hampton. Doesn't get the call, as he should not have. Good ball strikes work there from Vincent Chapman. Now a 2-0 count on the switch hitting center fielder. Comes in hitting .308, .386 on base percentage. Hasn't had to hit from the right side yet this year, as the Bananas employ no left-handed arms outside of Bill Lee, and Reese just hasn't been the man at the dish when the spaceman's been on the mound. 4 straight bad ones. Now Hampton off to the races. The Bananas actually had a great chance to get him there if D.R. Meadows had handled that cleanly. Remember, I mentioned earlier that all 7 fielders have to touch the ball before it is live. Reese picks up his 6th ball 4 sprint of the tour. 2 behind the leader in the category, Jake Skoll. As menacing a man as you can find in banana ball. Steps up to the dish. He's the tour leader in batting average at .471. He's pacing everybody in on-base percentage at .581. And his OPS is a scorching .1405. Also top-notch on this young season. Throwing his 13 runs scored, 12 RBIs. Yep, that's also pacing everybody offensively. Guy who's taken Kyle Lewis deep already once this year. It was an opposite field home run on a fastball in Jacksonville. Cranks that one through the 4-hole into right. Noah Bridges gets it on a few hops. Reese Hampton gets a late stop sign from Brandon Sherman and heads up base running by Skoll as he takes second base on the single. This is where the Party Animals lineup offers opposing pitchers no respite. No rest for the weary. In baseball, first base would be open here. You could walk Bryson Bloomer and try and get after Chase Acuff, who is off to a much slower start on the tour. Not the case. 4 balls to Bloomer would score both guys on the base paths. And Bryson Bloomer is just about as dangerous as they come in the box. 2-time Banana. Won Pettit Cup championships in 2021 and 22. And now a 2-1 count on the Party Animals' third baseman, hitting .421, a .476 on base percentage. And he puts that one right back up the middle. Hampton scores easily, Skoll right behind him. 2-run single for the Boomer, who now has 11 driven in on the tour. Just 1 behind Jake Skoll for the season lead. And the Party Animals twerk in celebration as they're showered with boos from the full capacity crowd here in Constellation Field. It always starts with a walk. 2-base sprint given up to Reese Hampton. Back-to-back singles since then. Bananas lead the game 1-0, but the Party Animals with a 2-run lead here in the second. Chase Acuff, the aforementioned man, started his collegiate career at Eckerd, finished up at Rollins College. Party Animals shortstop, just 4 for 28 on the tour thus far. 1 extra base hit, a 2-bagger. This is his first hit of the year, in his first at-bat of the year at that. He is pacing all hitters in the hit by pitch category, tied with Danny Hosley for the season lead, 3 apiece. And now 1 bad one away from Kyle, from sending Bloomer off to the races from first. And all 7 Bananas having to touch the ball before it's live. 3-1 is low. That's only the 5th sprint of the year. That includes the 2 he's given up tonight. Acuff has to slam the brakes at first as the Bananas had really perfect sprint defense there. Acuff with his 2nd sprint of the year. Both of them he's only been able to get 1 bag on. But still no outs. Runners on the corners. And now the 8-hitter Dustin Baber, the second baseman. Back-to-back guys now here at the bottom of the order hitting .294. That includes Baber and Jason Swan in the on-deck circle. Really not a lot of let-up. 1 through 10 for the Party Animals. We hit 10 guys in Banana Ball as opposed to 9 in baseball, so that we can get some more of our creative characters in the lineup, as well as former Major League Baseball players who are having fun with us. Slider around the edge of the outside corner. Good frame by Bill Leroy to steal a strike. And that one misses down and in. Acuff dancing around at first as this one shanked out of the stadium. No chance for a fan to make a play on it. Remember, in Banana Ball, if you catch a foul ball on the fly as a fan, it is an out in the game. We've had it happen twice this season. Once in West Palm Beach, once in Savannah. There goes Acuff for second. Pitch is high. Bill Leroy with a pump fake. Nothing going there. Chase now 3 for 3 on the tour in his stolen base attempts. As that one tapped to second, it will score a run. Bloomer off on contact. Baber with his 6th RBI of the tour. Bloomer scores his 13th run. Ties Reese Hampton and Jake Skoll for the tour high. And Acuff over to third as Jason Swan hurls his dollar bills up in the air, and a foul ball shanked to the right side. Party Animals extra hitter, the second of the 2 men, hitting .294 in the 8 and 9 holes for the Party Animals. It's a stark contract compared to the Bananas lineup, which only has 2 of the 10 guys in it hitting, that's a foul ball by the way, hitting above .294. Party Animals only have 2 guys in their lineup hitting below .294. Tale of 2 seasons offensively for these 2 squads. Jason Swan out of Jacksonville, Florida, 5-year man from Georgia Southern. Scott Pop, triple and 4 doubles on the tour thus far. Thinks about fishing after the high heater, but holds off. This is about as bad as Kyle Lewis has labored on the tour thus far, as that one is on a hop, knocked down by Dalton Malden, and it's going to be an infield single. With Oberst and Malden both converging on it, the 2 Florida boys left first base vacated. Kyle was running over to try and cover it, but was far too late to get the speedy Swan. Picks up his 8th run driven in on the tour, as Acuff scores for the 5th time. Now Joe Lytle in the 10 hole, the DH. Don't let the .216 batting average make you think less of Lytle as a hitter. He's into a lot of hard outs. I would put him up there with Danny Hosley for the most quality at bats, without getting some numbers that translate into the traditional box score stats. Lytle's been a part of the 2-man catching tandem with Dalton Cornett. He gets the half night off tonight. Pride of Oklahoma City. 5-year man at Oklahoma City University. Foul tips that one, so he's allowed to step out of the box. The only time you can get out of the box as a hitter is if you foul a ball off, or you stumble. There's, we have some leeway. We're not heartless here in Banana Ball, as that one's tapped foul. Brandon Sherman off camera makes a nice play. I saw earlier a poll that we threw up in the YouTube chat. 68% of people said they would let Brandon Sherman fly them in a plane. Throw down to second from Bill Leroy goes into center field. Jason Swan is now perfect 2 for 2 in his attempts at swiping bags on the tour. Looked like maybe a little bit of a miscommunication between Cox and Malden up the middle for the Nanners, as Lytle is the second strikeout victim of the night for Kyle Lewis. And to the top of the order we go. Breland Almadova struck out looking his first time. Fouls the slider off. Kyle, a pretty classic pitcher. 4-seam fastball. He'll work a 2-seam in there once in a while. Curveball, slider, cutter, and has been on the quest for a changeup for ages, but has never really found the pitch too suitable for him. So 68% of the people would get in a plane that Brandon Sherman flies. 31% of the people would say no. The math doesn't quite add up to 100 there, but I'm sure there's a round down or round up somewhere. Breland Almadova keeps on hitting. Dunks it in front of DR Meadows. Throw all the way home's offline. Jason Swan scores the 4th run. Check that, 5th run of the inning for the Party Animals. It's also his 5th run scored on the season as Breland picks up his 9th RBI. Almadova can run, 4 for 5 on the tour in stolen base attempts after going 3 for 6 last year. He's a returning Party Animal. Also suited up for the guys in black and pink in the summer series. Dalton Cornett at the dish. Same timeline as Breland. Joined the Bananas family as a Party Animal last spring. And he has been off to a really, really hot start to the tour. Cooled off over the past few games. He's let Jake Skoll overtake him in batting average, on base percentage, and OPS, which he led as of 3 games ago. Still the tour leader with his 3 home runs. He chops that one back to Kyle, who will hike it to first. Second trick play on the tour for the Bananas. Lanky starter, all 6'4" of them. And the Bananas will need 5 runs to tie the inning, 6 to win it. Let's throw it to Josh Talevsky to talk about Monday's Showman of the Night.
Thank you very much, Biko. We're here to talk about the Showman of the Night, as Monday the Bananas played in kilt, but it was a Party Animal coming away with the award as the juiceful man himself, as evidenced by our lovely juice boxes here. Bryson Bloomer got the award. Now hop into the game action, and Bloomer had a terrific night at the plate. In the 2nd inning, he singled in Jake Skoll to put the Party Animals on the board. Then in the 4th inning, he draws a ball 4 sprint that again scores Jake Skoll. And then Bloomer not done. He decides he's going to go and steal second base. Then in the 6th inning, Bloomer another single and another stolen base of second. And you get to the 8th inning, how about another ball 4 sprint and an RBI, giving Bloomer 3 on the night, but that wasn't it. He wanted 3 trick plays as well. He was splashing the leather into the 3rd inning, and Bryson Bloomer goes behind the back and gets Vinny DeRubius at first base. And then the exact next batter, Jackson Olsen, grounds one to Bloomer. He goes between the legs and will throw out Jackson Olsen. And then later in the game, Bloomer going between the legs one more time. He was all over the place, just flashing the glove and really showing off with the bat for the Party Animals, and was instrumental in their 4-2 victory on Monday night. Biko, can't wait to see who the Showman of the Night is tonight, and I'll turn it back to you, buddy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Talevsky, live from the Bananalytics headquarters in Athens, although we do not specify which Athens he is in. Danny Hosley has his tower buzzed by Garrett Delano and then takes a monster hack. Count 1-1 on the Bananas two-way phenom. Goes by Shohei Otobrist. Combination of Shohei Ohtani and Ben Zobrist, as that one is lifted to right and making a basket catch. Tanner Thomas. He shows that he would have truly liked to snag it behind his back. Not a trick play, but more importantly, he gets the out. And Delano wins the battle of two-way men. As Garrett, the best Shohei Ohtani impersonator on the party animal side, as the band walks Noah Bridges up to home plate. Really nice procession there from the Banana Band. The pride of Four Oaks, North Carolina at the dish. And he bounces that one. Sliding stab, Dustin Baber, the 2018 Junior College Gold Glover when he was at Daytona State. Slick as could be, not a trick play, but it's worthy of a star in your book at home. And the Bananas now need 5 runs with only 1 out to play with, or the Party Animals will tie this game at a point apiece. Ryan Cox, the shortstop, is going to have to start it off. Pride of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, Kutztown University. Ahead with the 2-0 count on him. Cox in his 5th professional season now as he takes the 4-pitch sprint. Party Animals whip it around the field. Ryan is going to stay at first. Wise decision. He's the first of 4 Bananas who are going to have to reach base before the Nanners can even dream of tying this inning. And now Malachi Mitchell, Flash the Kid, will pinch run for Coxie over at first. You can pinch run or pinch hit guys off your bench once through the order in Banana Ball. We're now to Bill Leroy, the 8-hitter, so once Jackson Olsen and Dalton Malden swing it after him, Malachi Mitchell can be inserted into the game once again. He's not even going to be held on by Jake Skoll over at first base. It's a bold move for the Tours. Now tied for leader in stolen bases. I had to wait a second there, see what happened. Malachi 9 for 10. He ties Dan Oberst for the tour lead and bag swiped. No balks in Banana Ball, so you can be pretty crafty with what you do on the mound. It's kind of a feel type deal. You do something too outrageous, something might get called on you. Delano wondering where that one missed. And now a 2-2 count on the 6-year Banana, Bill Leroy. The king of Dublin, Georgia, the prince of Banana Land. Flash the Kid off second. And the 2-2 is spoiled and out of the stadium. Uncatchable by fans. Another 2-2 coming to the Bananas catcher. 4-year collegiate man. Now in his 2nd year as a Bananas pro. And the count runs full. Leroy and Delano, teammates back in 2018 for the Bananas. So Bill's caught Garrett an awful lot. Big payoff pitch coming. That one cranked to third. Bryson Bloomer ready for a tough hop. Cross the diamond in time. Delano holds serve. Party Animals win the 2nd inning 5-0. The game is tied at 1 point each. We will throw it down to Malachi Mitchell, Christian Dearman, Jared Donaldson, Alex Ziegler, and Maceo Harrison for tonight's player dance. Mauricio Harrison, the best dancing first base coach in the game, leads his boys terrifically. Donaldson, Mitchell, Ziegler, and Dearman all dance their hearts out. And Kyle Lewig's back out on the bump. Had an easy, breezy, beautiful 1-2-3, top of the first inning. And then 9 party animals came up to the plate in the top of the second. 5 of them scored. Party animals won the frame 5-0. It's now a 1-1 ball game. 3-4-5 in the lineup. Kyle's 2018 and 2019 collegiate teammate, Tanner Thomas, at least summer-wise. The two were both Bananas. Those are the first 2 years as Bananas. Tanner, a Fleming Island, Florida native, started his collegiate career at Tallahassee Community College under the tutelage of Corey Pye. Finished up with 3 years at Virginia Tech. Slow tapper to first. Dan Oberst got kind of a tricky hop. A lot of backspin on it. And Tanner grounds out to first for the second time tonight. Now Reese Hampton started the merry-go-round just an inning ago with a 2-base sprint. One of 2 that Kyle gave up in the inning, which are 2 of only 5 Kyle has given up on the tour in 25 1/3 innings pitched. 25 2/3 now that Mr. Thomas has grounded out to first. Now the Bananas crashing in. Cox, Malden, and Meadows all bring it in behind Kyle. And it looks like we're going to have a little 3-2-2 action. The boys are boogieing. You can dance and you can jive. These boys certainly can. Oh, it's beautiful. Telling a whole story here. Solo from Kyle. Cranking the guitar. And the fastball's low. It's been that night over the past inning plus for Mr. Lewiggs. Reese Hampton's 1 home run on the tour. We showed it in the pregame highlights. It was when Kyle brought all 7 fielders behind the mound for a shift he will never do again in life. Definitely not against Reese Hampton. He might do it somewhere else. Reese is going to be content with a 1-base sprint. Got 2 bases last time, but it was cutting it real close at second base. He was a clean toss to DR Meadows away from possibly being out, which is never what you want to do when you work yourself a 2-base sprint, or a sprint at all. He only grabs 1 in this case. 7th sprint of the tour. 1 behind this man who leads all hitters. And a flail and a miss at the nasty slider. Jake with a single and a run scored so far tonight. That one barely misses the outside corner. Skoll is well acquainted with the Lone Star State. He was the 15th overall draft pick back in 2010 by the Texas Rangers. Spent 5 years in their organization, 2 more in the New York Yankees farm system. As that one's chopped towards second, Ryan Cox is going to attack. Reese Hampton gets the tag, throw to first, not in time. Skoll runs like a deer. But an awful important fielder's choice is the Bananas shortstop. A part of the shift that has 3 infielders on the right side of second base. Now the ever-dangerous Bryson Bloomer. 2 RBI single and a run scored just an inning ago for the Party Animals third baseman. It's a good pickoff over at first. I agree that Jake Skoll was safe. Reggie Liggins, the base umpire, there to make the call. Now Dan Oberst, ranging into foul territory, had to step on the gas, runs right into his teammate for the past 5 years, Bill Leroy, and Bill gets a little special ride on Dan's back. Kyle gives up the one sprint, but strands the runner. Bananas just need one run in the bottom of the third to win the inning and retake the lead tonight. We'll throw it down to Jesse Cole to see if a fan tonight is a better dancer than a banana.
We're going to do best out of 3. How do you feel your chances are, Tori?
Good.
All right. Very modest. Dearman, how do you feel your chances are?
I'm feeling pretty electric out.
All right, you're pitching tomorrow. Let's see, get you limber. All right, Shark, let's get a song. Christian will go first. All right, that's just riding a cowboy. Okay. All right, not bad. All right, there's some movement here. All right, enough, Mr. Electric. Tori, your first dance. What do you got? All right. All right. Oh, I like it. Second dance. What do you got, Christian? Okay. All right, I see you. You are definitely a pitcher. All right. Tori, what do you got here? All right. A little gritty. All right. I like it. Christian, your last dance. What do you got here? All right. I don't know what that is. Just a lot of jumping around. I'm so glad you pitch. All right. Tori, last. What do you got? Oh. Fans, I don't think it's a contest right here. Our winner, Tori!
Really impressive work from Tori there, especially keeping the ace in the hole, the back handspring to finish off a dance-off in which she swept all 3 rounds. The Bananas have 9, 10, and 1 due to swing it here in the bottom of the third. They just need 1 run to retake the lead. They head back in the first. Flick of the wrist from Jackson Olsen out to left. Breland Almadova throws the fedora at it, comes up empty. And the grade 8. Jackson Olsen with his second double of the tour. Inning-winning runs in scoring position for Dalton Malden. He's had 2 walk-offs on the tour. If you were with us for the pregame show, you saw both of them. They were on opening night. Knocked in the first run of the tour. Scored Malachi Mitchell on a double and then won the opening night of the tour with a walk-off double that brought in Noah Bridges. Songbird of our generation. It's got Miss You, Love You coming out in the near future. I would wager you can get it on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen. A pickoff attempt, and Jackson Olsen, who has not tried to check that. He's tried to steal 1 bag on the tour. He was successful. Wouldn't wager he goes for 1 here. See if Dalton can get him in or get him over. Now a 2-0 count on the Bananas second baseman. Dalton out of Lake City, Florida. Gassed up by the heater. Snap throw goes into center field, but Reese Hampton there to back it up. Cornette trying to eliminate what would be the inning-winning run as Maceo Harrison does his best Miley Cyrus impersonation. Wow! I don't know if we can show that on YouTube. Quite an interpretive dance. You wreck me too, Maceo. You wreck me too, man. A lot of Party Animals fans in the building tonight. Sean Fluke fans in particular, as that heater just misses the inside corner. Delano wanted the call. Count goes full on Dalton Malden. Payoff pitch. Ball 4 wins the inning. And it's a foul tip into the mid of DC3 behind the plate. First strikeout of the night for Delano. It's been how the Party Animals have been able to take care of the songbird of our generation on the tour, is with great velo, especially when you can have a little something movement-wise on it. To the top of the order we go. Here's Eric Jones. Grounded out to short his first time, the Bananas extra hitter. Born in Jacksonville, moved to Charlotte about the age of 2. That's truly where home is. He's a Davidson Wildcat for all 4 years of college ball. And then signed by the Minnesota Twins as a free agent. Seattle Mariners after that. This one popped in foul territory. Cornette scampers after it, makes the snag. And after the leadoff double, a couple of big outs for Delano. It's going to be up to DR Meadows. He's tied with Eric Jones for the tour lead in walk-offs with 5. Singled and scored the inning-winning run back in the first. The social media superstar, Jackson Olsen, leads off second. He's the inning-winning run. And the breaking ball is bounced to short. Acuff, easy breezy. Beautiful, right across the diamond. And Garrett Delano holds serve. Still a 1-1 game going to the 4th. Let us throw it to Josh Talevsky for another report.
Thank you, Biko. I think the Bananas are going to get really tricky in Texas during this 3-game series, so let's hop into some trick play data through the first 11 games of the tour. Now, we've seen 63 trick play outs in 78 trick play chances. Add 1 to both of those if you want to count Daniel Descalzo's trick play for the MLB PAA. Now, we look at the conversion rate, the success rate of trick plays. 81% of the time, the Bananas and Party Animals successfully make trick plays, and then that averages out to 5.7 a game, which is just absolutely absurd so early on in the season. Now we look at the leaderboard, and it's no surprise Ryan Cox leading the tour with 16 trick plays. He's had 4 games with the multiple trick plays and 3 with a hat trick. Bryson Bloomer, the Party Animals third baseman, has 10, and he has 2 games with the hat trick of trick plays as well. The Bananas and Party Animals second baseman, Dalton Malden and Dustin Baber, with 6 trick plays apiece, and DR Meadows, really impressive, is in 5th place with 5 trick plays, and that's come in center field where he's been backflipping and cartwheeling and making some phenomenal plays. And of course, we've got to recognize the double trick play that Dustin Baber and Breland Almadoma had, as Baber went and bounced a ball to Almadova, who scooped it between his legs to make the out against the Bananas. It has been phenomenal to see what the Bananas and Party Animals have done in the trick play department. Biko, back to you.
Thank you again, Josh Talevsky, coming to us live from the Bananalytics headquarters in Athens. Kyle Lewig's back out on the bump. Matt Wolf will relieve Dalton Malden at second. He brings his rodeo clown barrel out with him. It's going to be 7, 8, 9 in the Party Animals lineup here. Chase Acuff, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored his first time.
I fixed it.
And Christian Dearman fixes our camera in the booth.
I had to make sure the lighting was all right on me. Well, Vincent Chapman is shaking his derriere out there, and it looks great.
Yeah, he pauses the game to dust off the plate and do a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, Kyle's just looking embarrassed about his umpire right there.
Just peeking behind his sequenced cowboy hat. And shocked by what he has seen.
I would be too if I was that close to that action.
Now, Mr. Dearman, I have to commend you on a terrific job both in the player dance, but then in your dance off against a fan there, although I do agree with the full capacity crowd here at Constellation Field that it was a 3-round sweep against you.
Yep. I completely understand because she brought the moves, you know. And honestly, I think I'm 0-10 in that promotion anyway, so I didn't have much hope going into it.
Kind of feels like you're always set up to fail. That one right off Kyle's shin. He slides to first. Really athletic play.
I'm saying count that as a trick play, Biko. Right off the half. Oh my gosh, I think it's called the... I don't even know what it's called in layman's terms.
You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Let's look it up.
That's Kyle's third trick play of the year. I'll call that a trap.
Yeah.
In soccer.
Yeah. A little bit of a trap.
Ball squibbed away from him a little further than a real well-trained soccer player would like. But Kyle, with the power slide after the ball, fires to first. Who says pitchers aren't athletes?
Too many people, actually. We need some respect on our name.
Now Dustin Baber, an RBI ground out his first time. Sends this one towards the fans, and it clings on top of our broadcast booth. We got a rowdy crew here in Sugar Land, Texas.
We really do. And I'm loving all the Texas vibes. I even bought a cowboy hat.
I see it and I love it.
You know what, Pico? I think this is my style.
Another one sent towards the fans, and once again it will be completely out of play. So still 1-2 count on the Party Animals second baseman.
Fighting off some good off speed from Mr. Luigs.
And does it again. Wow. Sends it towards the crowd. And once, oh my God! Oh. It's an out!
Yes!
Caught by a fan! Beyond our vantage point, up here in the booth, but the response from the fans around them was unanimous.
Wow.
Congratulations to this guy. You'll just have to trust us that he caught it.
Yep. Don't know how, don't know where, but we know he caught it.
That's the third ball caught by a fan on the tour. First time since all the way back on March 2nd in Savannah. Only time before that was February 18th in West Palm Beach. Everybody scoring at home, you just write a big ol' F-A-N.
That's clever. I didn't know we wrote that down as it. That's awesome.
I used to do F-F, like foul out to fan, but Adam Virant convinced me that just writing fan, it kind of makes more sense.
Yeah, it's unique. It's fans first, completely.
Jason Swan with a 2-2 count with 2 away. Single and RBI, a stolen base, and a run scored.
We got some trickery going on the mound, it looks like.
Kyle Luigs is going to take a slingshot with the help of Dan Oberst and Jackson Olsen. Slings it behind the head of Swanee, who takes a couple steps towards the mound.
That was just the message. That's all.
Guys,
just letting him know that we can pull that out of our bag of tricks.
And Kyle taps his chest, says, "My B, Swanee." Payoff pitch is strike 3. Bill Leroy throws on the run just in time.
And booyah, great inning from Cowboy Kyle right there.
Picks up his 3rd strikeout of the night. He's now thrown 3 scoreless innings, sandwiched around the 5-run second, which, because it's Banana Ball, only got the Party Animals 1 point. And now it is time to Hey Baby here in Constellation Field.
Yes, finally.
It is time for a little Hey Baby. So let's follow along and get it going. Here we go.
That goes for everybody at home as well. It's a pretty simple dance.
Very simple. Only a couple of moves. To be exact, 4.
Dearman and I will obviously do it in the booth. It wouldn't be right if we didn't. Ooh. Ha!
I wanna know.
It's tough to do the full.
If you'll be my girl, Pico, Pico, Pico,
thanks, Dearman.
Pico. Hey,
I will be your girl, buddy.
Aw, hey baby.
Hoo, ha!
I wanna know if you'll be my girl.
You do the full spin around in the booth.
Always.
And all of a sudden you get.
I'm getting entangled with some chords, but you know.
That's right.
We can never stop the Hey Baby.
How about Reggie with this sweet new jacket?
Oh, he is the drip king right now. And you don't expect anything less from Reggie. Hey, baby. Ooh, ha. I want to know if you'll be my girl.
One more time, everybody.
Hey, hey, baby. Ooh, ha. I wanna know if you'll be my girl. Woo!
Really good work, Mr. Electric.
That was amazing right there. Voices of absolute angels.
You said it, not me. Matt Wolf backflips off of his circus.
Barrel?
Yeah, barrel.
Barrel.
That's what I wanted.
Barrel.
Thank you. Perfect to speak in Michael Deeb terms.
Yes. And speaking of barrel, here comes one himself. A walking one in that Dan Oberst.
Danny, the pride of Largo, Florida. 5th year banana. 2021 Coastal Plain League champion with the guy to my left in the booth.
Honored to just be his teammate with that Greek god physique.
Teammate for all 3 years together in Banana Land.
Yes.
Both guys, 19, 20, and 21, until their eligibility expired. And then now you're in your 2nd year as a professional banana.
Yeah, first year broadcasting. Absolutely phenomenal at it, too, if I don't toot my horn.
You are, Mr. Electric. You are, buddy. 2-0 count on the Bananas' first baseman. He singled back in the first.
Oh.
Serves that one to right with some chutzpah behind it, and it's off the base of the wall. Tanner Thomas circles back to it, and he's going to keep Dan at second with a standoff double.
And am I right or am I right? That's what we call a barrel.
Backspin barrel.
Buttery backspin barrel.
And the barrel king himself, at least self-proclaimed, Michael Deeb, struts up to the dish. Reached on an error by Chase Acuff in the first. It was a walk-off. That's his 3rd walk-off of the tour. Just because a guy commits an error on a play doesn't mean you don't get credited for ending an inning, as that one's flared towards left, and it's going to be foul.
Oh, fan in the stands almost made a quick stab at that one.
Yeah, that took a quick left turn. Deeb, the designated hitter, bats cleanup. Mr. Oberst on second. Don't let him being a first baseman fool you. He's tied for the tour lead, 9 for 9 in stolen base attempts. And he's got his mixed martial arts sparring partner, Garrett Delano, on the mound, and you can only imagine the mind games going on between the two of them right now.
There's just a lot of muscle and mentality going on between them.
Saw a video of the two of them going after it in the octagon just yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to be rolling around with those two, even a Tiger.
Dan is picked off, throw from Acuff to third in time. That is the first time Mr. Oberst has been caught stealing on the tour. And Delano wins the battle of wits right there.
Heads up play from Garrett right there. And even better play to throw it to his shortstop who was not covering the base.
Yeah, that was pure athleticism. Had he thrown it to second base, the ball would be in center field.
Yep. Prime athlete right there.
You take a look at the replay. Randy Voss with the call over at third base. Deeb not in love with the call by Vincent Chapman right there. One home run on the tour thus far for Vitamin Deeb, who is last year's walk-off king. Got 5 of them across the 12-game tour. Now the 2-2 from Delano. And that's a great take from Deeb.
Ooh.
You can steal first base in banana ball, but Michael clearly wants to swing the lumber because he had it easily there.
Understandable. I mean, when you're a one-man wrecking crew and you could put that baseball in the atmosphere, you want to swing it.
It would have been Vitamin Deeb's first stolen base of the tour. Instead, a 3-2 pitch. And it's up and in. He'll take the sprint. We'll see if he goes for 2. The party animals get it around the infield quick. He is going for it. And Breland Almodovar late to the party. So Deeb will get his 2 bases.
Nice.
Second sprint of the season for Michael Deeb. And for the second time this inning, the winning run is in scoring position. Now Malachi Mitchell pinch runs for the second time tonight. He already has one stolen base this evening. Danny Hosley at the dish. How insane is it to you, Dearman, that last year's tour against the Party Animals was 12 games and we're already in game 12 of this year's tour?
It's honestly baffling because we spent a lot of time, I felt like, just playing some banana ball, but we already covered all that time and it feels like we just started.
Yeah, we're getting a lot more games in. A big difference is it was only 2 games a week last year.
Yeah.
We're certainly averaging 3 a week, and this is going to be a 4-game week.
I will tell you, the fast pace that we've had this year has added to the speed and how quick we've gone through the season, I think.
All 11 games, we've gotten in 9 innings within the 2-hour time limit. Only 1 game of the 12 on the 2022 tour went 9 innings. Vast majority of the rest were 7 or 8.
See, when you're coming to a baseball game, don't you want to have the full experience of 9 innings? And what better way to do it than just in 2 hours?
Flash the Kid bounces off second. Delano gives him 3, now 4 looks. And gets a check swing tapper up the first baseline, foul. Danny Hosley, only 1 walk-off on the tour thus far. It was a sac fly back in Daytona. Came into the game hitting 107, 3 for 28, a triple and 2 doubles. But I mentioned it when Joe Lytle was at the plate earlier. I give the 2 of them my award for most quality at-bats without results in the batting average department. 2-2. And the count goes full. Delano wanted the call.
Just outside. Good eye from Danny, the Swiss Army knife Hosley out there.
Ball 4 will win the inning for the Bananas. Garrett comes home. And it's a fly ball to right. Tanner Thomas only has to mosey over a few steps. Fires to third. Malachi tagging, and he's going to make it. Laser beam of an arm, but just a tad offline.
Yeah, it's hard to catch that yellow flash of Banana Land out there. Tanner Tinder Thomas with the rifle in right field, just can't get him. Good job by Danny Hosley, though, to move the runner over.
That's your former Tallahassee Community College teammate.
Yes, it is.
Out and right, as well as Bananas together in 2019.
Yeah, he's also my arch frenemy, so it's love-hate, but most love.
Inning-winning run 90 feet away. And with 2 outs, Noah Bridges watches the curveball bounce in the dirt. Nanner's right fielder grounded out to second. It was well struck. Looked like it was ticketed for right field until Dustin Baber made a sweet sliding play. The 5-year product out of UNC Wilmington. Started his Bananas career in the Summer Series this past August. Has become a mainstay in the outfield.
And we are glad to have him, let me tell you.
Ooh, that is a wiffle ball of a bender.
Oh my goodness. I think he called Alexa to disable the gravity around that one.
Delano is 1 strike away from escaping the jam. 1-2. And it is fouled off deep to left.
Well struck.
And out of the entire stadium.
Wow.
Goodness gravy.
And the whole stadium getting wild to Tootsie Roll right now.
Led by Maceo, coach at first base. That's a good backhanded stop by DC3. Wild pitch. Could certainly win an inning as well. Malachi Mitchell walked off 2 innings against the MLB PAA last Saturday, just on wild pitches alone. 2-2 with 2 down. And the breaking ball's bounced to second. Dustin Baber, as sure as you can find out there in the field. Garrett Delano holds serve. Still 1-1 as we head to the 5th. and a mainstay when it comes to Bananas Entertainment. The fellas grabbing some yellow roses and heading up into the stand.
Man, Biko, I hope they head up here. I've never even been able to keep a yellow rose.
Because you always have to give it away.
Oh, that's right. Sometimes forget.
But it would be nice if one of your teammates would gift you.
It would be nice. I mean, look at Vinny right there. Looks absolutely stunning handing out that yellow rose. And is that a little boy he's going to hand it to? No, it was not. Good.
Emmanuel Rosario in the chat.
Yeah?
He asks for a little ASMR from Mr. Electric.
What is ASMR?
You know, I don't really know how we would do it. Bryson Bloomer and I did an ASMR a ripe rundown interview as Vinny has found a recipient for his rose there.
That might be his mom.
You know what? I'm kind of wagering it is his mom. So I think what we have to do is get really close to the mic and talk softly, Mr. Dearman.
Okay.
So when we did ASMR, we were eating bananas.
You were eating bananas?
Yeah, we were eating bananas.
I love bananas.
It's one of my favorite snacks.
Is it really? Yeah. Have you ever had an Elvis sandwich?
I've never had an Elvis, I don't think.
Oh, it's peanut butter, jelly, bananas, and toast.
Oh yeah, I have had that actually.
Oh, then what are you talking about?
I just didn't know it was called an Elvis as we're back to action.
I think it's called an Elvis sandwich.
No, I think you're right. I always thought there was like some bacon involved, but this is the second person who's told me that's what an Elvis is, as Joe Lytle is plunked by the slider from Mr. Lewiggs. Second time Joe's been hit by a pitch on the tour. And he will take his free base. Second leadoff hitter to reach tonight for the Party Animals. The only other time they did it was back in the second inning. They scored 5 runs and secured their only point of the night. Matt Wolf brought his barrel out to the mound. He's still playing second base. As Breland's looking the wrong way, takes a fastball right down the pipe.
I really thought he was going to take a swing at that one. That would have been pretty cool.
This one could be caught by a fan, sent in the general direction that Dustin Babers was, but that one falls harmlessly to the ground.
Party Animals playing with fire with this crowd. They're ready. They're fired up. Sugarland wants to catch any foul ball possible.
Breland now with a 1-2 count on him. Party Animals left fielder, 1 for 2. RBI single his last time. Led off the ball game by being struck out looking. Joe Lytle's picked off at first. Was caught napping by Cowboy Kyle. And he's gunned down. Reggie Liggins, the umpire over there to make the call. That one was clear as day. Adam Virant was ready to fire that ball back to Kyle. Instead, he'll get a fresh one from his battery mate for the better part of the last 6 years. Wow, cartwheel snag, Matt Wolf, welcome to second base.
I have been waiting for a ball to head in Matt Wolf's direction this whole game. Guy's an electric factory. He's had the barrel around the field. He just does it all.
The pride of Joy, Oklahoma. Normally our trick pitching extraordinaire. How about that? That was probably the most fantastic trick play I've seen on a ground ball in my
just so graceful.
In my young Banana Ball broadcasting career here. Is looks like Jackson Olsen's gonna take over. Little celebrity pitch. Shows fastball, gets the outside corner. Now Ryan Cox is going to try his luck.
I like this.
Shakes off, throws it with his glove, and it's looped towards left. Slide!
Yes! Oh, wow!
Danny Hosley there to make the play.
That was amazing.
That was quite possibly the most insane batter I've seen in Banana Ball history. That's out number 3.
Also a little upset that Ryan Cox took my trick pitch idea.
Randy Voss says that was indeed a catch.
That was definitely a catch. Yes, yes.
I think the Party Animals thought it wasn't a catch because of the way Danny flipped the ball up to himself.
Huh.
And they are furious at the call. They thought that dunked in for a base knock. Cornette now 0 for 3. And
that was an amazing pitch, though. Let's just get the break on that. That had to be all 20 feet.
it's one of the wilder batters I've ever seen in this young sports history as we take another look at Jackson Olsen popping on the mound, gets the outside corner strike. Now Ryan Cox into the picture. Yeah, this pitch was superb.
Yes, you can't even see it on the screen. Perfect loop, perfect curveball.
Leafus worthy and off screen was the play, so we have no further evidence as to if it was caught or not by Danny Hosley. Good to see Matt Wolf shaking it out there. On the field, we had our first ever balloon pop relay race, and it looked like a photo finish at the end there. Popped with a little hip gyration. You ever popped a balloon that way before, Dearman?
Just between my legs, never with the hip gyration. Don't ask me why I was doing that either, fans, please.
I've been there before. Good thigh workout.
It is great for thigh workout. Oh.
Garrett Delano out for his 5th inning of work. For his 3rd straight frame, he has to keep the Bananas off the board to maintain this 1-1 tie.
And honestly, I knew he wouldn't like those jeans out there. Good thing he took them off too, because since then, he's been lights out.
I loved the move. I thought it was bold.
I thought it was awesome.
I thought the fashion statement was pretty powerful.
It was, very.
Whole new take on what a baseball player can wear on the field.
Yeah.
As Ryan Cox brings a fan out, and we've got a little group YMCA. Full capacity crowd here at Constellation Field in Sugar Land, Texas joins in on the fun. We're about 40 minutes outside of Houston. This is game 12 of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by Zappos.
Healthy hack from Cox right there.
6, 7, 8, check that. 7, 8, 9 in the Bananas lineup. Their shortstop quickly behind 0-2. Had a 1-base sprint and was pinch run for his first time up.
So if Cox gets a hit right here, does it count for pitchers batting 1,000?
Ooh, that is a really astute question, as Ryan could have just popped out to a fan for the 2nd time this year. He's saved by the netting. You know, it gets tricky because you start talking about Danny Hosley and Garrett Delano.
Yes, but you know, let's just give us pitchers one. Okay, how about he doesn't count for pitching?
That was a filthy curveball as Garrett Delano is bucked off by DC3, his catcher. And
that strikeout celebration is Dearman approved.
Houston Rodeo is in town. They've had star-studded country music performances every night this week. A bunch of the locals we were talking to were astonished that we've sold out all 3 games here in Constellation Field, close to 8,000 Bananas fans, the vast majority of them seeing the show for the first time. Well, the rodeo was in town. Delano with 2 strikeouts now. 1-1 count on the Bananas backstop. Bill Leroy grounded out to 3rd his first trip to the dish. 5-year man out of the University of North Georgia. And he loops that one over the head of Baber into right field.
Right, Derek Jeter style right there, man. Bill Leroy, nobody better going oppo than him.
Patented inside-out swing. Made famous by the captain of the New York Yankees. Not the current captain, shout out Aaron Judge for those honors. But the man you think of when you hear the captain.
Yes, of course.
And perfected by the Prince of Banana Land. Now Jackson Olsen. Great piece of hitting his first time, a double to left. Ended up being stranded on second base.
Windy night for Delano. The cowboy hat just keeps falling off his head. I've had the same problem, man.
Now, where did you ascertain this beautiful cowboy hat, Mr. Electric?
Cavender's.
Cavender's, close to our hotel?
Yeah. No, I didn't know there was one close to our hotel.
I don't know if there is. No. I was just wondering if there was one.
I had to drive about 20 minutes, but you know, that's okay. Because we figured out how to get there, me, Tanner, and Dawn.
How did you know that this was the place to get your cowboy hat?
Sherm. He's an encyclopedia for any kind of knowledge you need.
How did the Long Island kid know the place to get a cowboy hat in Sugar Land, Texas?
You know? Oh!
That is a poke. Deep to right. Jackson Olsen, warning track power.
All right, me and him are getting in the gym tomorrow. But yes, sure. So, the Long Island man, he knew exactly where to go because I think he's made a home here in Texas already with the locals. Very friendly, coming up to everyone. That guy's just good energy all around. But yeah, he knows everything. Just ask him whatever.
Yeah, he is one of a kind. Bill Leroy steals second while Garrett Delano was looking towards home. Bill now 3 for 3 in the tour in stolen base attempts as Delano very confused as to how that just happened. He must have thought time was out. Randy and Reggie, our base umpires, both looked at each other, said that's kosher. Here's Dalton Malden. His 2 walk-offs on the tour, both of them opening night. Had the first run driven in of the season and then won the game. Strikeout victim his first time. And a cut and a miss. Heater certainly out of the go zone.
I'm telling you, Biko, that thing's coming in hot.
Mentioned it earlier, it bears repeating. Delano 90 to 93 with the fastball. He can touch 95 when he reaches back for a little something extra. That one above the zone. And a 1-2 count on the songbird of our generation. Eric Jones.
Songbird gonna ask for some help from those 3 little birds.
He flies it to right center. Tanner Thomas underneath it. There to make the snag.
Oh.
The Bananas threaten. For the 3rd straight inning, they have a runner in scoring position and cannot bring him home. Delano continues to hold serve. We will throw it down to Shark for a special announcement.
Fans, please join the Bananas in honoring the men and women that serve this great nation as we salute our hometown heroes of the night. The Savannah Bananas thank you for your service and commitment to our great country and for protecting our freedom.
Well, the boys in the broadcast booth send those thoughts to everybody watching at home as well. Biko Scala with Christian Dearman, now joined by Colin Ledbetter, and the stare down that happened all the way back on March 2nd. It looks like old habits die hard. Colin, appreciate you popping up in the booth, buddy. What kind of instincts kick in when you see Dearman that all of a sudden you just lock back into stare down mode?
You know, I had no intention of doing this, but as soon as I walked in the room, like you said, the instinct just kicked in. He got the best of me last time. Whether or not it was a fair fight is yet to be determined, but I'm still out here to prove myself.
Now, it seemed pretty fair. If you know what, I'll just fix it for you because you're staring down. Yeah, that'll.
Thank you.
That'll really get you in business, Mr. Ledbetter. It all came down to a rock paper scissors match. Dearman won the best 2 out of 3. How long do you think you guys would have stayed standing there if you know the forces from the outside had not intervened?
I'd like to say as long as humanly possible. I mean, I don't know. I don't think either of us had any intentions of leaving without being declared a winner. And, you know, Christian, like I said,
gonna watch the game
Christian was
now.
a good competitor. Christian was a good competitor, and
everyone.
it was fun. But
Just know Darth Ledbetter never has a chance.
the Bananas have a losing record right now, so we'll let them have this one.
It's just not fair. My friends on the other team.
It is tough being on the opposite side as Mr. Dearman here, who I've built such a great relationship with.
We've been together for so long.
So long, both here and in indie ball. So.
Yes.
Now we'll get back to that relationship in a moment here as Tanner Thomas, for the third time today, hits a ground ball in Dan Oberst's vicinity, but picks up a hit this time instead of the ground outs that he was dealt his first 2 times. And now Reese Hampton hitting cleanup tonight. Kyle Lewicks back out on the mound for his 6th inning of work. Gave up 5 runs in the second. Party Animals picked up the point there. It's been zeros in his other 4 innings thrown. Hampton 0 for 0. A pair of sprints, 2 bases the first time, 1 base the second time. He's scored a run. So, Colin, you mentioned being a Banana last spring. What's it been like for you going to the other side and suiting up as a Party Animal here on the 2023 tour?
Yeah, definitely an adjustment early on. A lot of different pregame routine and in-game promotions and entertainment. At first, I really missed being a Banana, and parts of me still really do, but being a Party Animal has been a lot more fun than I could have ever imagined. It's a great group of guys. We've been really successful so far, and I think we're building a pretty good fan base, so I'm happy to be a part of kind of the launch of the Party Animals, so to speak.
Yeah, the hard launch as we wait for a 2-2 to Hampton. Kyle checks on Tanner Thomas at first. It's a good idea. He's 7 for 8 on the tour in stolen base attempts as that one's chopped up the middle. Malden to Cox, 360, throw to first, double play! Oh, what a snazzy 4-6-3 DP.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about right there. Little flame, little fire, a little bit of sugar here in Sugarland, Texas.
That is our 3rd trick play, double play of the tour.
And how do you like them apples, Ledbetter?
I gotta say, I respect the effort by Kyle on the mound. We got to him in the 2nd inning, and it would have been really easy for him to be rattled after that. But he's settled in well and kind of quieted our bats ever since then. So it's going to be a really tight finish. Looking forward to see how these last 40 minutes turn out.
And that is the beauty of Banana Ball as Jake Skoll steps up to the dish, 1 for 2, single and reached on a fielder's choice, also a run scored. It certainly makes all the games closer. The Party Animals have scored 5 more runs than the Bananas. But for the away team, no matter what you win an inning by, you get 1 point.
Go ball, go ball.
Swing from Jake Skoll.
There we go. Wake the bats up again.
Jake Skoll, Oppo Taco, 2nd time he's done it to Kyle Lewicks on the tour. It's his 3rd bomb of the season. He ties Dalton Cornett for the tour high.
Well, how do you like that, Dearman?
And greeted with a birthday cake at home plate. Who is the lucky man? Looks like it's Mr. Goldsmith. Carson wants the cake and gets it.
Oh, welcome back to Texas, Carson.
Oh, my.
That was good stuff.
Carson looked like he's been waiting for that moment his whole life.
I'll be honest, we had that cake sitting in our dugout prior to that home run, and I may have stuck my finger in there and tasted it, so I'm a little jealous of Carson. It tasted pretty good.
I'm honestly starving right now. That cake looks delicious.
I'm sorry, I'll stop talking about food. I feel you.
I just want 1 spoon.
Well,
I'll use my hand.
there's plenty on the ground over there if you want to run out there.
I might.
Color me curious. Maybe I'll grab it after the game. Bryson Bloomer, 1 for 2 on the day. 2 RBIs, single, a run scored. Popped out in foul territory his last time. 0-2 coming to the Party Animals' 3rd baseman. And top of the zone, Vincent Chapman. Star jump and strike 3.
Electric call.
4th K of the night for Kyle Lewicks. But as Colin said, he had done a great job of settling in after the 5-run second. Jake Skoll finally gets to him. The opposite field power.
Said, my friends, I bid you adieu. It has been a pleasure here in this broadcast booth with you, Biko, and I guess this animal to my left.
I appreciate the sympathy.
Much love and good luck.
Much love, Mr. Dearman. Thank you so much.
Thank you, fans.
Oh, of course, for coming up and hanging out with us. Little Monet action here in Constellation Field. Looks like a few fans know what's happening. Now, Ledbetter, as we have a quick break between innings, you don't get them often in Banana Ball. Can you talk a little bit about what your experience was like in the USPBL last summer with Mr. Dearman pitching alongside you?
Sure. Yeah, it was my second year up in the USPBL, which is located in Michigan in the Detroit area. And having Christian on that team, as well as Tanner Thomas and Dakota McFadden for a while, was just so much fun. I made a great relationship with those guys in Savannah last spring, and then to just carry that into the summer and continue to play ball together and just hang out and, like I said, grow our relationship was something that I had no clue was going to happen coming into this, but it was so much fun, and got to be a part of a pretty good team up there that they were a big part of.
Yeah, it was fun to keep track of you guys, especially you, because your stats were ridiculous. So it was good to see you up there munching. Now, how is the old rehab process going for you right now?
Yeah, arm's feeling good. Was shut down for almost a month, was diagnosed as a UCL sprain. So that ligament in there was just pretty irritated, and the only thing I could do was give it some rest. I'm about a week into my rehab throwing program now. I've had no pain with any of my throws, and I think we're on track to be back on the field here as soon as possible.
Turn me up, Ledbetter. That's great to hear. Eric Jones fires the second offering of the night from Sean Fluke towards the fans down the right field line. It is not caught cleanly. So we do not have our second foul out to a fan tonight, as Split joins us in the booth and has taken over the use of Colin's arms. It's really good stuff.
Appreciate the help, Split.
1-1 to EJ.
Man.
Yeah, that's a foul home run.
Yeah, if there's anybody that you don't want at the plate as a party animal pitcher, it's Eric Jones right now.
EJ red hot, 0 for 2 tonight, ground out and a pop out. But he's leading the Bananas in batting average, on base percentage, and OPS. That one tapped to third. Bryson Bloomer gets the short hop. Boy, he is smooth as silk, and that's out number 1. Now a pinch hitter for DR Meadows. Dakota McFadden. The aforementioned man by my co-host here, Colin. D-Mac tied for the Bananas lead in home runs, a couple of them on the tour thus far. Nanners need a long ball right here to tie the inning. Saw the stats, the batting average not sublime. Does have a double to go with his 2 long balls. It's also awful early on the tour, and I heard last year in the USPBL, he was a sight to be seen at the plate.
I was just getting ready to chirp in and say that. You know, a lot of Bananas fans out there have obviously seen what he can do at the plate, and he introduced a lot of the guys in the USPBL to that same power. He came up there and struggled a little bit out of the gate, and then really just turned it on about halfway through the year, and it seemed like every hit that he had was 400 feet over the fence. So it was really, really impressive to watch.
Bryson Bloomer between the legs. First trick play of the night for the Boomer, who is now 11 for 12 in his trick play opportunities on the tour. He leads all party animals. And the last hope for the Nanners here in the 6th inning is Dan Oberst. 1 home run on the tour. It was a walk-off homer, an inning walk-off at that. Won the 3rd inning back on February 25th, 7th anniversary of the Savannah Bananas existing. Well, that bender, goodness gravy. I guess it's where it's crossed, not where it was caught. Dan Oberst didn't really protest too bad.
We've seen a few questionable calls tonight maybe, but it seems like it hasn't affected one team one way or another too much.
That's all you can ask. Vincent Chapman has the hardest job out there. Dan Oberst serves it deep to right. Tanner Thomas grabs it on the warning track. Fluky, the exterminator, flirts with fire, but he wins the battle. Gets a 1-2-3 frame. And the Party Animals win the 6th inning 1-0. They take a 2-1 lead in the all-important points category. We'll throw it down to Jesse Cole.
So we're going to do the biggest wave all the way around the stadium, all the way from the berm, all the way around. And we're going to see how many times we can go. We're going to start the wave right here in right field. You guys ready? All right, all the way around. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Get it going.
Juicy wave rippling through Constellation Field. Full capacity crowd. A sellout, just like all 11 games on the tour thus far have been. And as they get after it in the stands, DJ the Invader takes over on the mound. The mysterious masked man, seemingly from outside of Earth's confines. Take a look at the stats. He's been pretty terrific. In 12 innings, averaging 3 minutes and 28 seconds a frame. That is insane. It's been pitched to contact, only 4 strikeouts, but the really important number is just the 2 ball 4 sprints, and he scattered those 14 hits across, giving up just the 5 earned runs. What have you seen, Colin, from getting to watch the Invader throw so far on the tour?
It blows my mind, honestly, how he can throw. I mean, I've put that helmet on in the locker room, and it's not light, it's not cold, and it's not easy to see out of. So the fact, one, that he's able to last out there without passing out is impressive in itself. But the fact that he's able to throw strikes and be effective is just something that I can't even comprehend. And same thing, shout out to Sean Fluke, who we just saw get out of that last inning, pitching with the exterminator mask on. Same thing. So shout out to those guys. It's really, really impressive, and I don't think people realize just how difficult that is.
The Invader comes in for 7-8-9, and Chase Acuff greets him rudely. Party Animal shortstop, now 1 for 2 on the night. Mixes a single into an evening in which he had a 1 base ball 4 sprint. Stolen base, a run scored. He's 3 for 3 on the tour, swiping bags. Was 6 for 6 in just 6 games across the summer series this past August, going into September. And Dustin Baber, the Party Animal's second baseman. 2-1 count on him. RBI ground out his first time, fouled out to a fan down the right field line his last time up. And Acuff taking off for second. The Invader whips around and takes him out.
Wow. And just talking about how tough it is to pitch in that mask for DJ, you've got almost no visibility of the runner over there at first base.
Yeah.
So props to him for having the wherewithal to step off and get the runner right there.
Now a 2-2 count on Babers. Acuff gunned down, trying to steal a base for the first time in his Party Animals career. He's now officially 9 for 10.
And an unfortunate time for that to happen for us. Late in the ball game like this, every base runner counts in a 1-run game. So, like I said, props to DJ and props to the Bananas for communicating on that one.
Another payoff pitch coming. And Baber is just about as tough as they come when it comes to setting him down. He does have 8 strikeouts across 10 games played. But he'll pick up his second ball 4 sprint of the tour. See if he tries to get 2 bases. No, he's going to slam the brakes. Wise decision, as he was barely halfway to second when the flip was going to Danny Hosley, the 7th and final man who needed to touch that ball.
Yeah, the Bananas have really figured out that ball 4 defense. I don't think we've gotten to second base yet tonight on a ball 4 sprint. So whatever they're doing something right on that defense.
It was just Reese Hampton, his first sprint of the night. And I think the Bananas would have gotten him if they had a clean exchange, as there's a diving catch! Noah Bridges goes full extension. Baber able to hustle back to first base. Boy, the doctor continues to dazzle us out in center field. And it looks like he hog-ties his right fielder Noah Bridges to celebrate. Slap a star next to that F8 in your book at home. Jason Swan now 1 for 3. Joe Lytle 0 for 1, a strikeout and hit by a pitch. Party Animals designated hitter. Finds the 6-hole, diving is Ryan Cox, but it snakes under his glove. Third base runner of the inning for the Party Animals, thanks to the caught stealing at second. Only 2 boys in black and pink on the bags as their order flips on its head. Breland Almadova 1 for 3. RBI single back in the second, sandwiched in between a strikeout and a ground out. DJ the Invader prides himself on having the best changeup in the galaxy. A work of fastball, curve, slider in there as well. But the change is where he makes his bacon.
It's a really good pitch. It doesn't seem like he ever misses middle with it, which is the key with that changeup. He does a really good job of starting it off the plate and letting it work back, and usually getting it for a called strike.
That one jets in down the right field line, and a young kid almost made the catch of his life. And he certainly does deserve the souvenir. It was a great effort. And he gets it. Another dream made in Banana Land. Take a look at it again. Oh, good to see the high five coming, whether you make the play or not. That one back up the middle. Ryan Cox not able to get a tricky hop. DR Meadows flubs the ball in center. So it's going to be an RBI single for Breland Almadova, the second of its kind for him tonight. And the Party Animals push a run across for the second straight inning. Baber scores for the first time tonight, third time on the tour. As Breland is into double digits RBIs wise, he has 10. Joe Lytle scampers over to third and trades his helmet back and forth every pitch with your head coach, Mike Vivacis. Pretty hard to pick the 2 of those out of the lineup.
Yeah.
It's the curly mullet and mustache combo, that is.
Yeah, it's like father and son over there.
Creates an uncanny resemblance, or closer to twins even. That ball cranked down the right field line. Dalton Cornett can't keep him off the bases for long. Joe Lytle swaggers home. And we are going to call it a ground rule double as it bounces out of play. Cornett's tour leading 6th 2-bagger. And he picks up his 9th RBI. Full capacity crowd getting into the yes, yes, yes chant.
Yeah, we're picking up a few Party Animal fans out there. It's good to hear down here in South Texas.
Now Tanner Thomas, your USPBL teammate. 1 for 3 on the night, single and a couple ground outs. All 3 times up, he's yanked the ball in Dan Oberst's direction over at first. Two 1 count on the Party Animals right fielder. The Invader from the windup. It's a healthy call, good frame by Bill Leroy. Looked a little off the outside corner. And a 2-2, there's the fastball. That's how you follow it up as Tanner Thomas looks at the home plate umpire who gritties around him.
Yeah, I know Tanner's not going to be happy with that, but that was a good sequence by DJ right there.
You get the call, you follow it up with the perfect pitch to capitalize on it. Party Animals push 2 runs across in the 7th. They look to add to their 1-point lead. Bananas will need 2 to tie the inning, 3 to win it and tie the ball game. And we turn Constellation Field yellow. It's our unique take on the 7th inning stretch.
One of my favorite moments of the ball games here in Banana Land.
It's pretty powerful. The general theme, as Chris Martin of Coldplay sings, we're all yellow. Except for the guys in black and pink.
You know, at the heart, we're all yellow.
Exactly. We're all under the fans' first umbrella.
We're not going to wear that ugly color outwardly, but just know that there's a little bit of it inside somewhere.
Marty, a happy early St. Paddy's Day to you as well. She'll be heading to the parade in Savannah tomorrow. Brian, sorry to hear that you haven't been feeling great as of late. Happy to have you watching the broadcast with us, though. And Heather, big fan of your comparison of Lytle and Vava saying son and father, if you go in that order.
Yeah, if you didn't think that before, you're not going to be able to unsee it now.
Megan Wagner, Cloudy Electrons, firing off the unique emotes that you get when you become a Bananas broadcast member. We appreciate you folks sending them out into the world. The more people that do it, the more emotes YouTube gifts us with. We wish we could make it free. It's simply not an option. But we're fired up for everybody who wants to be a part of it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Biko, but I think this is the first time we've seen Fluke go past 1 inning of work.
That is an excellent question. My Party Animals statistics document is in the flux currently. We'll have our statistics team get on that puppy. Only one time he has gone more than 2 innings. It was when Carson Goldsmith got hurt in Jacksonville.
That's right, that's right.
Ended up going 2nd, 3rd, and 4th inning. And what was very important because your guy's starting pitcher got a little tight. Goldie says he's been feeling better and better every day.
Yeah, I know we've kind of been plagued by the injury bug early on in the tour, but I think everybody that was on the injured list is starting to get healthy and should be back pretty soon.
3-1 count now on Michael Vitamin D. Nanners DH, 0 for 1, reached on an error. And got a 2-base sprint his last time up. Manny Rosario thinks that he's seen DJ the Invader's face.
I don't know, Manny. I love you, but I think that's pretty confidential.
I've got a lot of love for you as well, Emmanuel. Deeb, break it towards second, nearly takes a tumble, but that is 4 years of D1 football at Notre Dame right there. That's a linebacker chugging into second base as he's able to keep his feet. Second double of the tour. And the Bananas get the inning-tying run at the dish. Danny Hosley watches the bender float below the zone. Sean Fluke, predominantly fastball 12-6 curve, although he will work a slider and changeup in as well.
Uh-oh, looks like he's getting a little hot out there.
Yeah, he'll also strip if you play the right song. In this case, Nelly did the trick. Shades of Fluke in Birmingham when he struck out Eric Burns to win the last game of last year's World Tour between the Nanners and Party Animals.
That was quite a scene.
Hosley with 2 flyouts tonight, both of them deep, both to right. That one crosses up Dalton Cornett. As Sean Fluke pounds his bare chest, says, my bad, Michael Deeb, not the all-important runner this inning. That man stands in the box.
Yeah, still a 2-run cushion here. Can't try and get too cute, dance around the zone, pitch to contact, try and keep the MPI down.
That one nubbed towards second, and Party Animals will trade it out for a run. Bananas cut the inning lead in half. Danny Hosley picks up his 4th ribeye of the tour. But your Party Animals, 2 outs away from winning their 2nd straight inning, 3rd of the night. And now Noah Bridges is going to lose his jersey. In the heat of the moment, up against Sean Fluke. Fastball at the bottom of the zone. Bananas right fielders grounded out to second twice. And falls victim to that nasty 12-6 curve. 0-2 from Fluky.
Good pitch.
He loses his glove, bare hand flip to first.
Good.
5th trick play of the year for a pitcher. First one done by Sean Fluke. And now the fate of the inning rests in the hands of Ryan Cox as you take a look at Fluke's barehanded play again. Ryan doesn't have a home run in his Bananas career, which dates back to last year's tour as well as last year's summer series, and that one on 2 hops to Baber at second, flips it under the leg. Sean Fluke does the job, limits the damage to just 1 run. Party Animals win the 7th 2-1 and take a 3-1 lead in the all-important points category. As we head to the 8th inning, with about 17 minutes or so to play, we'll throw it down to the young professor for a grandma scoring celebration competition.
Oh, she's moving fast. She's moving well. At 66 years young, there she goes, Tappy. Oh, baby, look at that with the sprinkler. Oh, Tappy, very good. We've got Debbie. Go, Debbie, go. Debbie is 71 years young, and she is dressed to the nines tonight. Go, Debbie. Go, Debbie, go. Hit it, girl. Oh, my goodness. There it is. The little wiggle. Got the wiggle. Got the wiggle. All right, Marianne is up next. Go, Marianne, go. At 73. Here comes Marianne, 73 years young. Oh, my gosh, with the gritty. No, with the gritty. I don't even think we need a vote. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner at 73 years young. Give it up for Marianne.
Well, an excellent job by all of our grandmothers. Marianne, your winner. She was the odds-are favorite going in, so everybody who backed her are now happy bettors, waiting for the day that Banana Ball enters the gambling world. Set the odds on a fan catching a foul ball every game. Catch like wildfire.
Yeah, I think that would be a huge hit.
DJ the Invader out for his 2nd inning of work. Vico Scala alongside Colin Ledbetter in the booth. 14 minutes, 20 seconds or so to go. And we're going to have to finish the 8th inning in that time, or else we will not start the 9th. That's why the 2-hour time limit is there. So far, we've been able to get 9 innings in all 11 ball games we've played on the tour. Reese Hampton barrels it to center, but a little bit off the end of the bat, all the way to dead center. Noah Bridges gets turned around, and it's going to plop down for a leadoff double. Those are some of the toughest balls in the outfield when they're hit straight over your head. Hampton now 1 for 2 on the day. 2 sprints, grounded into a miraculous 4.63 double play his last time. Now has his 4th double of the tour. The terrifying Jake Skoll, the most dangerous 5-hitter on either side of the Mississippi.
Yeah, it seems like both teams have switched up the lineups quite a bit early on in the tour. We got Hampton in the 4-hole tonight, but I think anywhere you put these guys, they're going to hit. So it's fun to watch what they do every night.
That one stroked to right into the Jake Skoll shift.
Wow, well played.
Should have been a single. Dalton Malden earns a raise for the Bananas Advanced Statistics department.
I guess even this early in the tour, when you're facing each other this much, it's easy to figure out a scouting report for a few guys. That was well played by the Bananas defense.
Big win for the Sabermetrics team. Bryson Bloomer gets it off the end of the bat. DR rips off his cap and will take that one easy. Already 1 backflip in the books tonight with a man on second, and this game coming down to the wire. I applaud his feel to not send it for backflip number 2.
I was kind of waiting for it, but every out at this point is important, especially with a runner on second base. So good feel by DR there to just get the out.
That one lined to right. 2-out single from Chase Acuff. It gets by Noah Bridges.
Oh.
Reese Hampton scores easily. Acuff on his horse. He's digging for 3 as the throw comes into Ryan Cox. Big night for Acuff. Now 2 for 3. Also has a sprint. Picks up his second ribeye of the tour as Hampton scores for the 15th time, pacing all hitters, pitchers, runners, anybody. Nobody scored more runs than Reese.
A little bit of an unfortunate break there for DJ and the Bananas defense, but as a party animal, I'll take any luck we can get. So
that's a fact. 3rd error of the tour for Bridges in right, who is normally dynamite with the glove. We've seen 2 of his errors just like that. Big play coming up, looking towards home. Maybe ball takes a funky bounce on him. All of a sudden it's behind him. The other one was a throwing error. Baber pops it in the infield. Ryan Cox makes the call and the catch for out number 3. Party Animals push a run across for the 3rd straight inning and look to add to their 3-1 lead. Colin Ledbetter, I can't thank you enough for coming up and spending a few innings in the booth with us, man.
Appreciate you having me, Biko. Hopefully I'll get back up here again at some point. And Banana Nation, love you and hope to see you at a ballpark real soon.
Love it, and I can't wait to see you on the mound real soon, buddy.
Real soon. Can't wait to be out there.
Turn me up, brother. Okay, enjoy the rest of the ball game.
Thanks, Biko.
There goes Colin Ledbetter, a banana on last year's tour. He's traded the beautiful yellows for a spot on the Party Animals side. It's so great to see the Hardys in the building tonight. That's what I'm talking about. Hardy Party of 5.5. Great podcast. I got to hop on it a while ago. Few weeks at that as we have a exhilarating race between Malachi Mitchell and a fan rocking a Bill Leroy jersey. If the fan won that race, they were going to get to pinch run for the Bananas across the next 2 times to hit that they've got still on the docket tonight. The stakes are always extreme in Banana Land, and Malachi now 2 for 2 in his Beat the Flash challenges on the tour. Brett Helton, the new man on the mound, the de facto closer for the Party Animals early on in this tour. It's incredible that he is averaging under 3 minutes per inning pitched. The strikeout to ball 4 sprint ratio, not what he would love, but less than a hit an inning, and the majority of those 7 runs have come across 2 different outings. Not surprising that he's secretly good at dodgeball, based on everything we've seen from the man out of Utah, pride of Colorado Springs. Was a Ute for 3 years before being drafted in the 9th round of the 2015 Major League Baseball draft by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Spent 3 years in the minors with Pittsburgh as Bill bounces that to third, barehanded. Bryson Bloomer, Mr. Automatic at the hot corner. And Helton just 2 outs away from winning the 3rd straight inning for the Party Animals. Jackson Olsen 1 for 2 on the day with a double and a fly out deep to right. Looked like he may have had a 5th inning walk-off homer. Ended up pushing Constellation Field just about as many feet as it could give. But Tanner Thomas still had a couple to work with. Flail and a miss, nasty curveball, actually foul-tipped into DC3's mitt. Helton picks up his first strikeout of the night, 6th of the year. Dalton Malden cuts and misses. Helton low to mid-90s with the fastball. You saw the cutter there. That one tapped slowly towards him. And a quick 1-2-3 behind the back trick play has been made. Party Animals win the inning. It is 4-1 going to the 9th. Here's the young professor.
It is the 9th inning, which means it is the final inning in tonight's game of Banana Ball. If you notice the score, it says 4-1 for the Party Animals. But the game is far from over, because in the final inning, every run counts. The Bananas have a chance to tie it or win it all. So get on your feet and make some noise. This is the final inning.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your ring dudes. On the Bananas dugout, tonight's starting pitcher, Kyle Louise. On the Party Animals dugout, number 27, Jake Lialios. Get ready to pump those fists in the air, y'all. Here we go.
Well, you heard Shark. Lewins on the third base side, Lialios on the first base side. They give the fans what they came here for. Time to rip some push-ups. We head to our final inning of the night. The young professor said it best. Every run scored in this inning counts as a point. We've seen the Party Animals battle back from a 5-1 deficit. That was all the way back in night 2 of the tour. The Nanners go to Danny Hosley on the bump. He's been their ace out of the pen and has come in all the high leverage situations over the past couple weeks. And the two-way man who spent the majority of tonight's game in left field. 10 innings tossed, under 4 minutes per inning thrown. And the impressive numbers there, 15 strikeouts compared to just 5 hits and 4 ball, 4 sprints. It's got a nasty 3-pitch mix. 4-seam fastball that's got a lot of backspin to it. And then a nasty 12-6 curve. And his best pitch, a Vulcan changeup that disappears. When we zoom back in from center field, there's the curveball. And a quick 0-2 count on Sam Claycamp. Pinch hitting for Jason Swan. 9-10-1 for the Party Animals here. That's another flail and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. You see that a lot when Mr. Hosley is on the mound. He's done it to Dalton Cornett twice this year. One in showdowns. Also one of the only 2 strikeouts Cornett has had in a game. Showdown stats kept separately, of course. It's basically a penalty shootout in baseball form. Only 1 fielder for the first round, no fielder for the second round, and then the bases loaded with 1 fielder for round 3. Those stats don't really make sense when you compare it to what you do within the parameters of the 2-hour time limit. Joe Lytle sends it towards the fans, but out of play. Party Animals DH, 1 for 2. Single hit by a pitch, a strikeout, run scored. And that one tapped to first. Dalton Malden, check that. That wasn't first base at all. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, I actually do know what I was thinking. I was thinking about how Brett Helton just set the new minutes per inning record. Talked about how he averages just 2 minutes and 55 seconds an inning. He tossed the bottom of the 8th inning in 1 minute and 21 seconds. 2 seconds quicker than ever before. Helton also within the top 5 as he pumped a 127 earlier this year. That usurped Jared Donaldson at the time for the MPI record. Since then, we've had a fellow 127. That was Jeremy Guthrie, former major leaguer, last Saturday night. And now the record of 1 minute and 23 seconds has been knocked off the top spot. Breland Almodova, 2 for 4 on the night, 2 RBI singles. And pulling a lot of arrows out of Danny Hosley's proverbial quiver. Garrett Delano, tonight's starting pitcher, no longer the holder of the MPI record. He had the 123. His teammate takes it over. Danny Hosley does what he does best. 2 strikeouts and a ground out, 1-2-3 frame. And now the Bananas will need 3 runs to tie the game and send it to showdowns, 4 runs to win it. And forget about our unique overtime here in Banana Ball. Party Animals emotes all over the place in the chat. Of course, the Party Animals start it. Morgan Wagoner, Cloudy Electrons get benched. Come on in afterwards. It's not me 07 says it's not over until we decide it is. Who's with me? I'm with you. It's not me. I also agree it's not over. Kale is rooting on the Party Animals. Sports BH says we go in 1, 2, 3, go Bananas. Danny Hosley was able to make that prophecy come true. Jacob in the K Club section says he bets he can beat the Flash in San Jose. I would love to see that, Jacob. I love the confidence. I feel like you deserve the right to take him on. Heather was glad that Hilton stayed out of the eye black tonight. His last outing, this past Monday night in Grayson Stadium, he had the old raccoon look going on. Certainly a unique way to charge into battle. Hilton out for his 2nd inning of work. We're at the top of the order. Cutter on the outside corner for strike 1. Here's Eric Jones. Now a 1-1 count on the Bananas EH. 2 ground outs and a pop out tonight. And he cranks it to third by the backhanded attempt of a full extension, Bryson Bloomer. EJ flirts with second and makes the prudent decision to stay put. He's not the important man here. Neither is DR Meadows. The Bananas need 1 more base runner before they can even dream about tying this game. Slow tapper towards third. Bloomer gets eaten up on the in-between hop. Wow. Only the 2nd error of the year for the Boomer. And what an opportune time for the Bananas. Obviously the exact opposite for the boys in black and pink. Dan Oberst represents the game's tying run. He's got 1 home run on the tour thus far. It was an inning walk-off. I think he lost his bat. I wasn't sure if it was broken or not. I think that was just full slippy fingers. Tyler Gillum, his coach for 3 years collegiately, now coaching him as a pro. Gives the Bananas menacing first baseman his lumberback. And we'll apply some pine tar while we're at it. The clock has hit 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Triple zeros. I guess 6 tuple zeros. I'm not going to get lost on this tangent. That doesn't matter because we've gotten to the 9th. The 2-hour time limit tells us we're in our last inning. If it finishes up while we're in an inning before the 9th. Dan tries to hold up. Clearly went around there on the heater. Big 1-2 pitch. And off the end of the bat. Mr. Oberst barely got a piece of it, but stays alive. Last time he faced Brett Helton, it was in showdowns, and he smashed the ball to the wall. Cuts and misses here. Nasty off-speed pitch. Looked like a righty-on-righty changeup. And Helton celebrates accordingly. Brett had a 1-2-3 eighth. Now he's got his second strikeout of the night. Here's Michael Deeb, last tour's walk-off hero. And he cranks it to first, backhanded by Jake Skoll. Helton racing deep to the bag, he doesn't beat him there. Skoll taps his chest, says, my bad. The Party Animals defense, normally awful secure. Skoll only with one error on the year thus far. Take a look at that one again as the toss to Helton, Deeb huffing it down the line. I'm giving that a single. That ball was smoked to first. Tough play for Skoll. Malachi Mitchell pinch runs at first. Danny Hosley represents the winning run for the Bananas. Flash the Kid over at first base is the tying run. Danny just threw a 1-2-3 top of the ninth. Can he be the hero at the plate? Bloomer to third, across the diamond, double play, Party Animals win! "4-1 victory for the boys in black and pink here in night one in Sugarland.
There are 3 games here in Sugarland. But I just want to thank you guys for bringing the most energy we have seen on tour. You guys are amazing here. We love it here in Texas already because of you. So thank you so much. All of the Bananas, all of our players, all of our cast will be out in front to say hello, to say thank you. We appreciate you, Sugarland.
It is the Party Animals tour so far on this young season, 12 games in. They are now 6-4-1 as the Bananas drop to 4-6-1. And at best, can leave the Lone Star State after Saturday's battle tied up in the record department. As they have done many times this year, the Bananas made it interesting late, but unable to come up with the big hit when they needed it most. Tying run was on first base. The winning run was in the box, but Brett Helton gets Danny Hosley to ground out to third base. Bryson Bloomer there to make it a 5-3 double play, and that is that. Party Animals with a 4-1 victory. Pico Scala back up here in the broadcast booth at Constellation Field. If we can, folks, could we get a replay on that? Because it would be really nice. Oh my gosh! The people back in Savannah are the best in the business. There it is. Derek Jeter-esque throw. Some would say maybe Nolan Arenado-esque, since Bloomer is holding down the hot corner. But that was an excellent play by a man who has won 2 Coastal Plain League championships with the Bananas. He is fitting in awful well with the Party Animals, hitting above 400, playing excellent defense at third. Of course, he had the error earlier in that inning to make the bases loaded, 1-out situation even in inevitability. But Bloomer is not a man to make a mistake twice. Kind of got caught on an in-between hop earlier in the inning and is able to take care of business there when Danny Hosley sends it his way. So, to recap what happened tonight, Bananas win the first inning 1-0. Really good start to the first ever Banana Ball game played in Texas. Then the Party Animals came out gangbusters in the second. 9 Party Animals came up to the plate. They scored 5 runs. They win the inning 5-0. So it's 1-1 after 2. Third inning tied 0-0. Fourth inning tied 0-0. Fifth inning tied 0-0. Garrett Delano and Kyle Lewigs trading goose eggs, going back and forth. And then once the 6th came, Kyle out there once again. Party Animals able to scratch off a run on the Jake Skoll monster blast to left field. Little Oppo Taco, his tour leading, now tied with Dalton Cornett, 3rd bomb of the season. And then in the 7th inning, 2 runs for the Party Animals. They win the inning 2-1. They win the 8th inning 1-0. It was really stepping on the gas late for the boys in black and pink. And then nobody scores any runs in the 9th. And we end it with a 4-1 victory for the Party Animals, who have now won 6 out of the 11 games that they've played against the Bananas, and that includes 4 check. Yep, no, that's correct. 4 ties. No, Biko. No. 4 Bananas wins, 1 tie. Good job. Way to finally figure that one out. We may have a little treat for you in a second for sticking around on the postgame show. But before we get to that, I think it is high time that we shout out the crew, and we will find out in the near future if we do or we don't have a little something special for you. Either way, I'll deliver something. It just might be what we planned. It might not be. Okay, never mind. Our microphone is broken, so we will not. Now everything is spoiled. Caitlin Scott was going to make a trip out to the Party Plaza, but as you saw when Kyle Lewigs was on the mic earlier today, that mic was not doing it. So we'll see if we can get a substitute in and hit the Party Plaza tomorrow night. Okay, shout out on the fan cam tonight. Matt, one of our local helpers, absolutely dynamite. On the drone, Nick, fantastic work, as well as the low home camera. I saw you right down below the broadcast booth. On the wireless cam, Chris, terrific as per usual. In the outfield, Tanner, another one of our local guys. He was superb. On high home, on the roof of the broadcast booth here, Clayton, just doing a terrific job. At first base, Brighton, the third and final of our local guys who killed it tonight. Emerson, the Iron Horse of Bananas TV, over at third base. Back in Savannah in the BTV control room, Ian, welcome to the BTV family, my man. Great job on the scorebug tonight. That thing was money. Julia, terrific job running all the rest of graphics that we may ever need. Keegan, the replays were dynamite. You are a superstar. On audio, Kwanzi, you're the best in the biz. Everything sounded great to me. Our technical director, Griffin Ellis, really good work. Our coordinating producer here in Sugarland, Texas, is Chad Reese. And shout out Christian Dearman as well as Colin Ledbetter for coming up and hanging out with me in the booth. And Kyle Lewigs, even though we only heard about 10% of what he said out on the mound being mic'd up back in the first inning. I am Biko Scala saying so long for now. Party Animals win this one 4-1. We'll be back in action at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Central Time. We are in Texas, everybody. 6:30 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Central will be first pitch tomorrow night. That'll be the second of 3 games here just outside of Houston. Party Animals are victorious. We'll see if the Nanners can fight back tomorrow and end this little 2-game winning streak for the boys in black and pink. Biko Scala saying so long for now. We'll see you tomorrow night. And, of course, we'll see you later!